This is Lee with 82 Game of 12. We're on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75. This will be a playthrough comparing two games covering the first Battle of Kernstown, 1862. We've got the SPI Strategy and Tactics magazine game that was designed by Richard Berg and would become the Great American, Great Battles of the American Civil War series that is been continued by GMT. So this is the SPI version. Let's see, the magazine was March, April 78, I believe. 1978. See, I have the magazine. Yeah, so right here is the magazine, and it's got quite a bit of information in here concerning the Shenandoah campaign. Some interesting things here. Lots of orders of battle and other details throughout, and some other articles. But let's see here if I can find the date. Should be here at the front. Yeah, there it is. March, April, come on, 1978. And so if you look at the counter there, it should look very familiar if you play the GMT GBACW. So, and as I said, this was designed by Richard Berg. And we're going to be comparing it with the Revolution Games Kernstown that I've already made a video over the first Kernstown. They've got also in this Revolution Games box or Ziploc two battles, the first and then the second Kernstown. The magazine game only has the one battle, which you've got several scenarios. And of course, we're going to have a little bit of a difference in the scale of things. So, let me pull that down some. Well, that didn't help, did it? Maybe I just turned it off. There we go. So, we've got Pritchard's Hill here. Kernstown's down here. And then the Sandy Ridge is right here. And here's the stone wall that was played a prominent role in the battle historically. And let's see here. If we go to the other map, we've got we've got Kernstown here, Pritchard's Hill here, and then the Sandy Ridge is over here with the stone wall running here and then along here. But it also runs all along this trail here and over here, and here's I guess this is the one that's the important one because it's got the victory points. Here's the victory points. So that one must be the one that matches up with the one that's on the other map. So if we look at Kernstown and the scale, so each map hex is 140 yards across. Infantry and cavalry are regiments or battalions. Each strength point is about 50 men. And for artillery, each strength point is 1 gun. And the turns are 20 minutes. And if we look at the SPI, put this back. Game. Let me find the scale here. So where's the scale? Maybe it's back here in the design notes. Well, something here. I didn't do something right. Well, it should be up here at the front. Well, oh, there it is. So we're looking at 125 yards of real terrain. Each turn is 20 minutes. Each infantry or cavalry unit represents between 100 and 600 men. Each artillery unit is a battery of 4 to 7 guns. So 125 yards. That's like 475. Let's see. Yeah. No, 375. 375 feet. About 125 yards. And This is 140 yards. Okay, so pretty close. Of course, the strength is quite a bit different, and the number of guns is different also. So we do have that factor, but it's both 20 minutes. And let's see, the scenario I'm playing is the historical scenario for both. And for the SPI, well, where's the scenarios at? Maybe we just have the one scenario. Oh, yeah. So the game begins at 1400, ends at 1900, for a total of 15 game turns. The Union player deploys all his units on the map. Then the Confederate player deploys his units. The first game turn begins with the Confederate player. Artillery units must be deployed unlimbered. So, we've got to see the turn. Let's see here. Nothing fancy here with this older game. Okay, so we're starting at 1400 in the current Revolution game. It has multiple scenarios. And when I start that game, I'll talk about the credits for that. But we're doing a historical battle over there. And that game will start at 120. So it will actually start prior to the SPI game. So I probably need to start over there first. Start with the with the SPI. So let's go over here. Start with it. So slide this over. Okay, let's see what happens if I turn this on. Yeah, I think I have to move this down to here. Don't really like having it there. Let's put it over here. I know there's a unit that needs to start in skirmish order. So I need to check that. I have to grab a draw cup. Let's see who starts in skirmish order. All right, let's get started here. So this game starts at 1:20, 13:20, and the Confederate Confident, Chet, and Quick March for the Union are not in play. So see if we got anything else here. Sullivan's Brigade, no brigade reserve movement. Chit can be played on Sullivan. Sandy Ridge victory hexes. There's 6 victory point hexes on Sandy Ridge, and the Confederate player receives 1 point per turn, starting at 320 for each hex that he holds at the end of the turn. And that's going to be these that are right here. Here, and then these two here. So that's important for the Confederate player. That's if they don't go for Pritchard's Hill. So if the Confederate player holds Pritchard's Hill, these locations are worth no victory points. And then the Sandy Ridge points at the end of the 6 p.m. turn, well, depending on how many they control. So if they control 1, they get 8 points. They control 2 of these, they get 12. 3, 16, and then 4, plus they have 20 victory points. That's at the end of 6 p.m. Now the Pritchard Hill's victory points, the Union player receives 3 victory points per turn for holding 24-23. And the Confederate player receives 2 victory points per turn. There are 20 bonus victory points for the Confederates if they hold this hex at the end of the 6 p.m. turn. And then, of course, we've got victory points for casualties. 1 victory point for each enemy strength point on the broken track or permanently eliminated. Enemy with troops withdrawal, each player receives 1 point for every 10 strength points exit off the map edge. Strength is counted at the moment of leaving the map. And so that's what we've got. All right. Now, each player will pick two key chits, okay, from the ones that are available, and then they will flip them over and then randomly pick 3 more. So each player will have 5 key chits available to them. So if we look at the Union, presently they probably want to have this CSA low ammo. They want to throw that on them pretty quick. Throw that in there. And then let's do this again, the low ammo. I think that's going to be important. So they throw those 2 in there. And then what we do is we take the rest of these, we turn them over, and we end up adding 3 to the mix. Now, before we do that, let's take a look at the Confederates. They get 2. And so, of course, they'd want to throw that fine ammo in there in case they need that. And then the Rebel Yell, they like to have that. We don't need the rally so much. And so we flip theirs over. We give them a little turn here. I don't know which is which. And we randomly pick 3. Drop them in the cup. And same thing here. Don't know what's what. Pick 3. Drop them in the cup. We just push those up. All right, so the first thing we have to do here is we have to have the artillery fire. So of course we've got 3 guns there, and then we have another gun. So I'll have to use a red for it right there, and we have another one up here. That's for the Union. Now For the Confederacy, they've got to choose. These two have to stay still. They're frozen, just like this one, this unit here, and this unit here, I believe. McLaughlin, and then this stack here that's got like 3. So the unit get to actually activate first and can fire first or move, whatever they want to do. And what they want to do is they want to fire with this one here, Davy. And he could actually fire down here at Ashby. He's got line of sight. And he's rifled. Now Chew, he can't see Chew. He's in that, there's that little lip there that's protecting Chew from line of sight. Garrett could be a target. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Now firing at that cavalry unit is actually 2 column shifts to the right. So that would be the better target. Plus the range, 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rifled. Five would be effective. So he's going to fire at Ashby's cavalry over here. All right, so that's effective. So he's got a strength of 4. And the cavalry's in clear terrain. So that's going to be shifted to the right from 4 over to 6, 7 strength. Okay, so we rolled a 2 and a 5. So that's a 25. They've got a cohesion of 3. No, 5. Got a cohesion of 5. So that's not going to affect them. All right, so that unit has fired. And I have these fired. Put these moved or fired markers on them. Okay, so now the Confederates can activate one of theirs. And Really, we don't have anybody that we could fire at. We're going to have to actually move. So they have a movement of 6, unless Chew has a movement of 8. So okay, so Chew wants to move over there on the other side of Ashby. Okay, so we're going to move 1. Going down slope doesn't cost anything. That's 2, 3. Moving across that stream, it's dry, so it doesn't cost anything. 4. Okay. 4, 5, 6. 6. And 6. 7, 8. I'm going to move over to there. Okay, so they've moved. Actually, in this game, the rules just say turn them like so. But I have the counters from another game. So maybe you're wondering, well, how did you? Where these counters here come from another game? So I'm using them. It's easier for me. Okay, so we go back to the we're going back to the Union, and so we go with Jinx. They're rifled, and they can see Fulkerson in here in these woods. Okay, the light woods. And so they're going to fire at, let's go with this one. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rifle 9 is going to be long range, so that's going to be half. So they're only going to have a strength of 4. So, I mean, no, they're going to have a strength of only 2. Plus, the targets in light woods, that's going to put them down to 1. Okay. Target is in light woods, that shifts it down 1, so they have a strength of only a 1. So a 43. Okay, they'd have to have a 0 to 1 cohesion. They've got a 4. And this light woods doesn't cause them to be unsupported. I don't think that was part of the rules at that time. But anyways, that's light woods. Okay, so that was a no effect from Jinx. So now we've got McLaughlin here. I'm going to move him up. Could move him up to here. But I think I want to put some pressure on Sullivan and Kimball over there. And this gun's already fired, so all right, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. Next, we've got Clark here. Now Clark could fire here at that artillery. However, we could cause some, do something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again, that's 9. So if we use Clark here, that would be 9. That's going to be long range. And it'd be firing at a strength with a strength of 2. Ooh, 66. Okay. Now, well, they're alone. So, it's the target here. They have a cohesion of only a 2. Okay. So it's going to be firing in with the routine. All right, so 34. 3 is no depletion, but 4 is going to be a retreat 1. So they've got a retreat 1. Okay. All right, now these guys, I could move these guys. Of course, these guys are frozen, so I can't do anything with those two. Okay, so it's only going to be these guys over here. I can move them one at a time or move them all together. Let's move them together. I want to move them up here and create some pressure on these guns. So but I'm going to separate them. So only Waters is coming presently. So that's one, let's see, that's actually, let's see, I think that's 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, then over there, this artillery unit is moving. Let's see if he's on. Okay, if he's on a lane. Okay. That's actually a road, not a lane. So he can actually use the half movement. So he can move 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so he was able to move to there. Okay. And now Carpenter's artillery A and B are going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they moved there. And the only thing we have left now is Robinson. Okay, he's got a smooth bore. And he's got these 2 units below him. So line of sight. Okay, so if an intervening hex, we've got a firing unit that is at a higher level than the target. Okay, they're at 9. Target down here at 7 or even 6. Okay. If any intervening hex is at the same level as the firing unit, the line is blocked. If all intervening hexes are lower than both units, any intervening unit, friendly or enemy, causes an obscured line of sight. So we've got them obscured here. All right. Okay, so the range, if they're firing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, smooth bore though 10 is going to be extreme. So that's 25%. It'd be 1.5. And if we fired here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it'd be the same thing, but that's in light woods. This is not. So we're firing here. So we're going to be firing it with a strength of only 1. And there we go again. What did we do? We rolled a 66. So this unit has a CR of 3 minus 1 because it's not supported. So that's a 2. So that's going to be routine. 1 and 3. 3 is retreat 1. So they just be pushed back to there. All right, and so that's all of the artillery. We can take all these off. That's the pain about having these, but you know, you also have the pain of having to turn your units. But that's just part of it. So, all right, so now we're ready to start the drawing, chit draw. So I've got my pirate cup here. First chit is confident. Now, what does confident mean? That's the Confederate. Okay, so confident. You hold this chit and you play it after any close combat is resolved and your unit achieved any retreat result or sent a CSA unit to the broken track or eliminated it. This applies to attacking or defending and include a unit in a flanking hex. After the close combat and after any advance after close combat, the chosen friendly unit has any morale hit marker removed. The unit may then immediately conduct a close combat and has its cohesion rating increased by 1. Okay, it doesn't apply for now. So we'll just set it back here to be used later. Okay, we got command confusion. Okay, so that can be played at the start of any CSA order step used against the Confederates. And so before they you can play this to cancel their order. So keep that back there. All right, so we've got Ashby. We've got to roll a 4 or less. Rolled a 3, so Ashby gets to activate. So his units are over there. So we've got to decide what order we want. So if we do an attack order, we can move 6. But we can't move 6 and get to somebody. So they're going to move, they're going to do a maneuver, which allows them to move 9. So cavalry upslope is +2. So stream didn't cost anything. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Okay, then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so Ashby's done. You've got these chits here, but everybody only has their they don't have the 1 brigade. So once they're used, they're out. I don't understand why you would have those others, except maybe just so you know that they've been activated. With the later games, you have a little card that has the divisions and the brigades under each division, and so that helps to organize who's already gone, stuff like that. But here there's no divisions. I mean, there's no multiple divisions. You just have basically just brigades. So they're all all part of Jackson's division, or all part of Kimball's. So okay, so that's finished. Okay, so CA Vets. Let's see what this is. You hold this chit and play it as needed for any CSA infantry unit that is affected by any cohesion test die roll. Playing this chit will force a re-roll. Okay, so we'll put that back here. Won't use it yet. We can't actually use it really. Okay, so we've got the Fog of War. All right. So we roll for the Fog of War. We get a 3. A 3 is a wayward Union move. So that means that I find where it talks about the wayward move. I think it's at the start, somewhere here. Oh yeah, here we go. The player selected. The player selects any one enemy unit to affect. They may then move this enemy unit one direction, one hex in any direction. The unit may not be moved into a hex the unit is prevented from entering a hex that would then be overstacked or off the map. This may trigger opportunity fire. Well, let's move. We're going to move one of these artillery pieces. We're going to move Robinson over here, down that steep slope. Okay. Oh, so now we have the Fortunes of War, which means whatever Chit is pulled, okay, which is low ammo, doesn't get to be played. So, okay, we've got Brigade Reserve Movement. So here, I can't use it on, can't be used on Sullivan's. Select any group of USA units from the same brigade. Each selected unit must be adjacent to at least one other unit. Units may each move up to 6 movement points. They may use road march but may not engage an enemy unit. They do not have to remain adjacent to one another. A brigade that is scheduled to arrive this turn as reinforcements can be moved onto the map using this chit. So you can actually use it to move just one unit, 2 units or 1 unit. Well, we can use, let's see, Brigade Reserve Movement. So it can be used, okay, so I can use those cavalry units back there, broadheads, bring them up the pike there. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, so if we use march column, I think I have to actually put them in march, where it says march column. They just get to move. So, yeah, let's see here. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll put that one right there behind it. Okay, so that one's been used. Okay, so we've got Garnett. Now we got a roll of 5 or less. Okay, we rolled a 1. Okay, so Stonewall wants Garnett to start moving to outflank Kimball on Pritchard's Hill. So they're going to do a maneuver which gives them a movement of 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and see, light woods. Okay, it only cost 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Going downhill doesn't cost anything extra. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now Garnett's finished. Okay. Okay, so we've got Sullivan. Okay, now Sullivan has got 3, well, he's got 2 command numbers here. So I believe he only has the 1. He doesn't get the 3. Let's see. Okay. So Sullivan's brigade, he must use his lower command rating for the entire scenario. If Sullivan is attacked, or a CS unit moves within 3 hexes of 2423 Pritchard's Hill, then the higher command value for Sullivan may be used. This can happen in the middle of a turn while Sullivan is in the draw cup. But presently, Sullivan hasn't been attacked. So, what happens? Roll a 6, so they would get a limited activation, and they don't have anybody to fire at. So, that's all that. Next. Okay, we have Broadhead. Okay. He's got to get a 3 or less. He gets a 6, so they would have a limited activation, which means they don't do anything. They don't have anybody to fire at. Next, so we have CSA low ammo. Okay, with that, immediately place a low ammo marker, if available, on a CSA unit. Unit will now have a 2-column shift to the left applied to all fire combats. Okay, and of course they want to put it on McLaughlin because he has such a high. So he gets this. That's McLaughlin right there. He's got an 8 strength. So they want to limit that. Okay. Okay. We got brigade reserve movement for the Confederates. Okay, which means we can move. Let's move. We want to move some of Burke's. Not all of Burke's units. Are frozen. $42. Okay. So the 1st and the 21st are not frozen. So we're going to move them. It's going to be these two. So they can move 6. So they want to move up here to give support for this unit. So six, he can move through that hex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, he'll go there. Okay. Next. Find ammo. I need to remove a low ammo marker. We can remove this now. Okay. Jackson. All right, so who does Jackson want to move? He wants to move Ashby. So we're going to have Jackson is going to activate Ashby over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Union, low ammo. Okay, so we can put that on Union. And yeah, let's put it on over here on Pritchard's Hill. We're going to put that on should have some. Oh, I thought I had some. No, I don't have any that just say low ammo for the Confederates. I'm sure I do somewhere. But let's put it on. Let's put it on Jinx. Okay. All right. We've got Burks. Okay. So Burks has got a roll of 3. And I rolled a 4. So we could have a limited activation, which means that Burks could fire here, but with smooth bore, only fire 2 hexes away, so that's too far. So that's it. Okay. Rebel Yell. Don't have anything to do with that yet. I don't have anybody close enough to do the Rebel Yell. What do we got? All right, so Kimball has to roll a 4 or less. Okay, rolled a 2. So Kimball can activate his units. So he's got 1 here, 2 here, 1 back there, and he's got 1 in skirmish order right here. So I think he's going to fall back over here closer to his other compadre. So that would be a maneuver order, which allows them to move 6. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Okay. This one's going to move here close to him. And then over here, well, let's see what they want to do. Down a steep slope is only +1. So he's going to go 1, 2. 3. No. Stop right there. This guy will go up this steep slope. That's +2, that's 3. And this unit here, traveling on that lane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Follow Kimball. What do we got? Fulkerson. That's it. Okay, so they can use this right here. Command confusion. Okay, so let's see. First, he's got to pass. And he did. He got a 2. So now we roll to see what his order actually is. 3. The activate brigade is under a defend order. All right, with a defend order, he can only move 2 hexes, or he has 2 movement. Not 2 hexes, but 2 movement. So Fulkerson only has these 2 guys right here. So we'll leave that one there. Move this one. 1, 2. Okay. So that's the end of that turn. We're going to have Tyler coming in. This is the 140 turn. Really, I can put this up. No use for that. So Tyler will go in the cup. Kimball goes in the cup. Ashby, Garnett, Burks, Jackson, Broadhead, Sullivan, Fog of War, okay. And now we've got to choose. At least I couldn't use those. We want to put low ammo and brigade reserve movement. And then the rest of these we'll have to flip over and pick 3. So I'll do that in a minute. And then for here, oh, Wilkinson goes in there. We want to go low ammo for their artillery. And then we flip the rest of these over. And we pick 3. There's 3. And for the Confederates, we've got 2, 3. The rest of these. Ooh. That was one I should have put in there, but I didn't. Okay. All right, so the first thing we do is artillery. And so the unit get to fire first with theirs. Of course, they're going to use Dave here. And they're going to fire right up here. Right there. So we've got range of 1, 2, 3. He's rifled. That's effective. Let's see here. Okay, so it's just going to be straight up 4. Strength of 4. 54. All right, so we look here. Strength of 4. So 54 we come across. And so now we're looking to see what it's going to be. And it's going to be here in the green. Because they have a cohesion of between 2 and 4. Okay, we've got a 3 and a 3, so that's what we're going to have is we'd have a 3. Okay, so now we would roll on the routine. And we have a 31, so that's going to be no effect. We look here, 3 here, 1 over here, so no effect. All right, so we put a fired marker there. And so we can actually fire back on that unit. So we can fire either there or here. Let's, or even over here. But, yeah, we can take that unit out. He's got a 2 though. Let's fire at him, but he would have a 2. All right, so let's fire here at this. Well, either one. I could attack either one. Well, let's go here. All right, so we've got 8. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's effective. So we've got a strength of 8. Okay, that's a 45. Okay, 45. So I said that's a 2, so that's going to be routine. Got a 14. Okay. 4 is going to be a retreat 1. The 1 is no effect, so I have to retreat 1 back there. So, okay, that unit's now fired. I'm just going to get several of these. All right. We're looking over here. Okay, so this unit, in order to get rearmed, to get more ammo, they have to go back to hex 1014. Okay, so they would have to go back to there. And so that unit is going to move. I can move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they've moved. All right. I'm going to move Walters. He's going to move over this direction. So 1, up slope, down slope doesn't cost anything. 1, 2, now he's on this road. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a good spot for him. Okay. Next, Jinx is going to fire here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. He's rivaled. That's going to be effective range, and that's just straight up. So 13, not going to be anything. Okay. And then we have Carpenter, who's going to move to here. Okay. Now Clark is going to fire here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. That is going to be rifled. 8 is long range, so he's going to have a strength of 2. 54. This unit will have a CR of only 2, so that's going to be a routine. 43 is going to be retreat 1. So he'll retreat back. Okay. All right. We've got Chew over there. He's going to move. One, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, they've got Huntington here. Right here. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's within range of that unit. And I think that's all. You know, this other artillery can't move. They're frozen. I don't think they can even fire. I don't think they can do anything. Let's see. Just says they may not move. Doesn't say they can't fire. So they have this unit here in their sights. So mixed and smooth bore. Okay. They're firing at that unit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Smooth bore, 6 is effective. Mixed cannon is also effective. So we've got 8 firing, strength of 8. Okay, we've got 35. 8, 35, Okay, that's going to be routine. He's got a CR of only 1. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. So it's going to be routine. We got a 52. So a 52 is going to depletion. So this unit here is flipped over. That's what we wanted. Okay, so now I can remove all of the artillery activation counters. All right. So now we go into the combat, or we're doing the chip pulls. Okay, we've got Union fatigue. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, play at the start of a USA order step. You immediately roll 2 dice. The first die is for stragglers. On a die roll of 1 or 2, the US player must apply a morale hit. The second die result is a new movement allowance. The roll result may not exceed the normal movement allowance of the grades given order. Okay, so we'll keep that. Okay, we got a rally. Yeah, we don't need him, but don't have anybody that needs to rally right now. Union low ammo. So let's put it on this unit over here. So I actually have to get some of these ammo shits out. Next, CSA vets. Okay, well, set that aside. Don't really want to use it yet. Okay, so here we got CSA low ammo, so they can put that low ammo on one of the. They want to put it on McLaughlin there. Okay. He has an 8. All right, so Jackson. He's going to activate Burks. And they're going to do an attack order. They're going to rush these guns. They get a movement of 4. So 1, 2, 3. And then this one here. 1, 2, 3. But, well, no, they couldn't have fired. You have to do your fire first. But they weren't close enough. They had smooth bore, so they couldn't have fired. So we're going to do the close combat. All right, so we've got defensive fire. So, okay, we've got Burks is the lead unit. They've got a strength of 2. So he's time and a half, so he's going to have a strength of 3. He's not smoothbore, so didn't get the canister type firing. Okay, 53. Strength of 3. Okay, so we've got, he's firing at this unit, whose cohesion rating is a 4, but he's not adjacent to another unit, not supported, so it's a 3. Routine. Ooh, we got a 63. So that's going to be 63. He's depleted and forced to fall back. So he's going to fall back to there, which means now it's only this unit attacking. Okay, so four to 2, that's 2 to 1. So that's a 2-column shift. Okay, so he starts out at 4, that moves him to 6 to 7. He's Confederates have a stronger CR. They have a 2 against a 0. So now we're up another one. That's 8 and 9. 50% or more is SPs are smoothbore, so that's up again, 10 to 11. Let's see. Okay, 50 plus SPs or artillery, that moves up 4 more. So we're at 2022. And I could have used this. Too late now. All right. 62. That's a good roll. Okay, so it's severe. Severe on the combat table. 33. So that's a depletion. And then 2 morale hits, retreat 2. But that unit is already depleted, so it is eliminated. Okay, so we've got the break test. But its CR is 0. So it's automatically going to be destroyed. There's no need to even roll. So it gets destroyed. And so that, let's see. That's 4 points. That's 4 victory points for the Confederates. And that unit moves in there. Okay. So Jackson's done. Okay, we got Ashby. We got a roll. I got a 6, so they don't do anything. They don't have anybody close enough to do a limited action, so. Burks. Okay. Okay, I got a 2. All right, so Burks. Okay. Do a regroup, maybe. He could do a rebuild. But I think he's just going to move back. Yeah, he needs to move back. So they're going to do a maneuver. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh. I can use this rally right here. Right now. Conduct a rebuild attempt with 1 unit in the hex, increasing its CR by 2. All right. So you get to increase your CR by 2. So that unit would have a 5 right here. Oh, I rolled a 6. How about that? So that failed. Okay. I was wasted. Fortunes of War. Next one doesn't get to activate, or it isn't used. Heroic Stand for the Union. Broadhead. Okay. Needs a 3 or less. He got a 5, so he's not close enough to anybody. So can activate. Can't even do a limited activation. Okay, Fulkerson. There's his units. He got a 6, so he can't do anything. Fog of War. So now we roll. Got a 6. Okay, tactical event. Okay, so we go to .4. Okay, we roll. I got a 4. Okay. Conflicting orders. The U.S. player may choose a CSA brigade, which is then considered to have been activated. So it loses its turn, essentially. That would be Garnett. Okay. Kimball. Can Kimball activate? You got a 4, so yes. All right, so Kimball. Okay, they've got 2 over there. Okay, so a unit that's in skirmish, we want to come out of skirmish mode. What does that cost? Okay, so they pay 2 movement points at the start of his movement step. Okay, we're just going to have a maneuver order. For Kimball. So that'll give his units a movement of 6. And he wants to move his units away from here, let Sullivan handle all that over there. And he's coming this way. So guess this guy can stay in skirmish for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And over here, we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See here? Okay. So going down this slope, that's a steep slope. Going down costs 2, no, down is +1. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy going up is, well, he could go this way. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Didn't see that, did you? Okay. So they moved here, and then this one went around this way. Okay. Should have used Union fatigue. Brigade reserve movement. That means someone else can move. But then I think I might be able to use this fatigue. Let's see. No, can't play it during that. Okay, so keep that. Brigade Reserve Movement, but I can't play it on Sullivan. That's in the special rules. No Brigade Reserve Movement. Chick can be played on Sullivan. So I can play it on using Kimball though. So we get to move them again. Or I can use Broadhead. So the thing is with Broadhead, I can only use that. I don't get to move the whole brigade. They've got to be adjacent. So I could use it on these two. I could use it on these two here. So yeah, I think I'm going to use them. It's going to be these two here. So that's where I'm going to use it. Broadheads, 2 units here. So I can move 6. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. CSA low ammo. So we put low ammo on Waters over here. Right here. Waters. Low ammo. Good ground. Okay. Brigade Reserve Movement. All right. So yeah, we can move this, we can play this on Garnett right here. They're all together. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wasn't able to stick together. Sullivan. Okay. got a 3. So okay. So we have 1 unit down here. He can fire. He's rifled. 1, 2, 3 X's away. With rifled. Let's see, rifles, 3X extreme, so 25%. So, strength of 2. So just be a strength of 2. 42. Strength of 2. He's going to have a CR of 2. It's no effect. Okay. Tyler. So Tyler, I wonder what happened to the, well, I guess I must have already used it. He got a 5, so his reinforcements don't get to come in. Okay, so that's all of that. We would go to the 2 o'clock turn. 1400 turn, which is when the other game gets started. And so here in this game, we've got Garnett's already moved up here toward the Sandy Ridge. He's moving over there to it. These here don't get to be used. They apply for combat and stuff. So on the far side over here we have Ashby. The Confederates have eliminated a battery of guns, Davies battery. But other than that, we really haven't had much fighting. It was Burke's, the 1st Virginia. I think that would be the, I believe that's the Stonewall Brigade. Yeah. They eliminated that artillery unit. So the next video will pick up with the SPI game. And over here, we've got Kimball's men here, Sullivan's over there. We've got Tyler back here, and of course we've got the Confederates all fixing to move up toward Kernstown. Now this map really didn't give you a lot of maneuver room. It would have been, I think, better if they would have slid the map south and given you some more maneuverability to the west of Kernstown to move around here and up toward Sandy Sandy Ridge. Just back here. But you really don't get that. But here we're not doing chip pulls. We're just you go, I go. So that's how that's going to work. So the Confederates are going to be moving. They can either try to go up against Sandy Ridge and the artillery that's there, or Pritchard's Hill, or move to their left and try to get up on Sandy Ridge to outflank Pritchard's Hill. So next video we'll take a look to see what happens.